Hi. Hi, ladies. This is a Patreon exclusive video. This video will only be available to my Patreon members after this live is done. So I'm just checking, making sure that y'all can hear me. So I hope you all are having a great week. I know I am. I'm having a good start to my week. So today I want to come and discuss attitude, especially among women, because I'm a woman. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Deb. All right, so I wanted to come and talk to you about that. My top here is from Shein. So if you feel like my top, you can get my top from Shein. And the link is going to be in the description box for those people, my Patreons who are watching this after the live. And I'll see if I can put it in the link section for those people, because the video won't be available after I finish this live. So I'll try to put it in the section right now and see if it'll let me do it. So I'm just waiting a couple of seconds for everyone to come in. All right. So I want to talk about attitude. And first I want to talk about myself. A lot of people get mad with me, and this is why I'm only going to be doing content exclusive for Patreon, because a lot of women are just not emotionally developed. And that's not a bad thing. That's like life has to do that for you. Your maturity has to do that for you. Your spirituality has to do that for you. And so a lot of people are just not emotionally developed, or they don't have anyone to hold them accountable. I do. I have a mom. My grandmas were very strict with me. I have a mother-in-law that I'm accountable to. There are people, I have a husband. There are people that I have to answer to in my everyday life. And, a lot of people don't have that, or they didn't have that growing up. So this is not a thing where people have to feel ashamed, or, you feel like you're being put down if you exhibit some of these qualities. Well, they're not really qualities, but characteristics, because life is like a growth process. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I feel like I'm just glad I have the time to do content like this now, because I feel like God is putting me in a space where I have a lot of time. And not only do I have a lot of time, I'm able to really reflect over some of my life experiences, what I've learned in my life, and what I continue to learn as I'm on this life journey. And so I'm going to refer to some articles like I always do. You guys know I don't just make things up out of the sky and just put them here on YouTube. I always do research. I always do a lot of reading. And I always like to back up what I say with facts, not just opinion. Of course, this is my channel. It's from my opinion. It's from my thoughts. It's for my life experience, and it's for my wisdom to share with other people. So I don't apologize for sharing my opinions on my page, because that's what it's for. But I also want you ladies to understand that it's coming from a place of facts, not just a story I'm telling about someone or a feeling, because emotions can get you into trouble. Believe me, I know from personal experience. So I want to talk about our attitude as women. And I want to share that I really used to have a bad attitude. Okay. And not only did I used to have a bad attitude, if I felt like I was being attacked, if I felt like someone was coming for me, if I felt like I was in a corner, I would react quite inappropriately sometimes. That might be saying something that I shouldn't say. I'm not a violent person, so I haven't had too many fights. I would never be someone that would hit someone first. Like that's not how I was raised. My father is a minister with the doctorate. My mother is an educator with the master's. I come from a highly educated family. I grew up in a very good home, but yet I still developed some very masculine traits along the way as I went off to college, as I made friends. I developed some traits that didn't help me. It didn't help me in my career as an educator, although I was an amazing educator. You can never find a bad evaluation from me because I come from a family of educators. And that's that. My screen might be delayed because I have my VPN. Okay, there I go. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm in Kuwait. My husband did tell me that something was going on with the internet today when he was at work. So I'm sorry if you guys cannot see me clearly, or if I was fuzzy. So yeah, the reason why I'm talking about this topic is to really shed light on things that I learned in my life, and hopefully to give back and be able to help you. Okay. All right. So thank you, Deb. I'm sorry about that. All right. So let's get started. So yeah, in my life, I've had some problems sometimes where I was right, but I ended up being wrong. Okay. I want to repeat that. There have been many times in my life when I was right, but in the end, I ended up being wrong. Okay. I ended up being wrong because of how I responded to certain things. Okay. That's why I ended up being wrong, because of how I responded. Plain and simple. And so I want you to understand that even when you feel attacked, or even when life has gotten the best of you, it is in your best interest to not respond to everything. Now, I'm going to refer to some articles. They'll be in the link below, in the description box below, some of the articles that I'm going to share with you. But positive thinking really changed my life, and it changed my attitude and how I handle conflict. I'm not weak, okay? I'm not a docile person. I don't mind standing up for myself. I don't mind saying what I have to say, doing what I have to do. So being positive and carrying yourself as a lady is not about being docile or weak. But just because somebody cusses and acts ghetto and, wants to fight or call you names and be insulting, that doesn't make them strong, okay? It actually makes them quite weak. And so I had to learn this the hard way sometimes. Sometimes I would have conflicts with my administrators, because if you work in the school system, you know how administrators can be when you are not a clone and you don't march to the beat of their drum. I've had this with people who were disrespectful towards me, trying to decide, how do I handle this person because they're out of pocket and they're being disrespectful. And so I've had to deal with various situations in my life throughout my career, my professional career, throughout networking, throughout building my businesses. I'm always around people. I have clients. I'm always having to decide, how do I handle these various things? And the one thing that stands out to me is positivity. And if I can find it, I want to show you guys a video of an example of how we cannot respond. when situations arise. In particular, Black women. Now, this channel is not just for Black women, it's for all women, because as women, we all experience different things, but everybody experiences this, how to handle conflict, how to, get along with people. Black women in particular, we have our own set of issues, because we may deal with people who have preconceived notions about Black women. We may have to deal with bias, stereotypes, racism. Although racism is on the decline, no matter what people tell you, racism is on the decline, not on the rise. And you may have to figure out, how do I deal with these situations where people are judging me or saying things or trying to trigger me? And I think that as a society, we've moved away from our feminine essence. And when you move away from your feminine essence, it's going to affect every part of your life. It's going to affect your relationship with your family. It's going to affect your relationships with colleagues, coworkers, friends. It's going to, when you don't have the right temperament, even when you're mad about somebody. When I'm mad at someone, I have even learned to pull away. Like if I feel like someone is lying or trying to deceive me, I really pull away rather than engage. And so I want to show you guys, I saw this on Paris Milan's feed, and I'm going to share my screen and see if y'all can see what I am seeing. Hopefully y'all will be able to see what I am putting up. I'm using a new system. So I'm hoping y'all can see what I'm seeing, and I want to show you guys something. And it's not to shame this lady who acted this way, but it's to show you that, like, what we all are capable of, and also to understand that when we do act this way, people are going to judge us, and not only will they judge us, they will. It might make us miss opportunities with networking. Anything can really happen. And so I want to show this. I want to see if you guys can see my screen that I'm showing. I don't know if you guys can or not. Let me see the comments. Can you guys see my screen that I'm trying to share? I'm trying to show you my screen, but I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Can you guys see another icon on my screen? Or no? I got to figure out how this platform, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm sharing the screen. I got it now, y'all. Now I see how to do it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. This is a video from Paris Milan. I think y'all can see my screen now that I'm sharing it. This is a video from Paris Milan. And let me remove this message that I have on the screen really quick. Crap, I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. I'm just gonna remove my comment that I have up here so y'all can see the whole screen. All right, and I'm gonna play this video.
You're lucky I will knock your phone out. What's your name? Where do you live? I will knock your head off. Oh, really? I will knock your head off. For just standing here. Keep playing with me. I'm not doing anything. I'm standing here. But I'm just standing here. Keep playing with me. I want to knock your head off. No, don't do that. that I got. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't touch me, because this is going to the news.
I don't care. Do what you gotta do.
You have a kid. You don't care?
Care. You should not have pushed her or went over her.
I did not touch your kid. Target the test our cameras.
Take care. You should not
get
have
arrested
went
for
over
this,
her.
right? You don't care? You don't care if you go to
went over her.
You don't care if you don't go to prison.
I don't care.
So let's get this
I
straight.
don't care.
Because
Shut
I
up.
didn't
I
say,
don't care.
oh, okay, you don't
Because
care.
you didn't say excuse me.
You're obviously
Because you
violent.
didn't say excuse me.
Touching my phone, this is
We're
being
gonna have an
recorded.
issue. I don't care.
So you're
I
violent.
don't care.
Okay. What's your name?
This is my name.
Yeah, it definitely is. But what's your, with your kid? I feel. What do you do to her at home if this is what you do to strangers? If you hit strangers, what do you do to your kid?
You have no manners.
Look at this
You
kid.
should
She's
have said,
terrified.
"Excuse me."
Look at your beautiful
She's not
daughter. She's terrified.
She's not terrified.
Yes,
You
she
should have
is.
said excuse me.
So because
That's
so
what
fine.
you-
So let's say I didn't say
No,
excuse me.
be
You go hit
quiet.
strangers.
Be quiet. You should have said excuse me.
So this is the
You don't
woman.
have manners.
This is the woman in Target on Flatbush and Avenue I,
You don't have manners.
and I'm going to give this to the cops.
I don't care. Go ahead.
They'll find
Do
you.
what you gotta do.
They'll find
Do
you.
what you have to do.
So what are you gonna tell them?
Excuse me. Point blank.
Oh my
Point
God,
blank.
everyone's gonna watch
And
this.
I'm about to hit you. I'm about to knock your whole head off.
See this?
So keep playing with me.
I'm not
Keep
saying
with me. I'm
anything.
about to knock your whole entire head off. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me.
Yes, please do. Please get security. I'm asking you to please get security.
You should have said excuse me. Point blank simple.
Should have said excuse me. Okay, so that because I didn't say excuse me when I needed something.
Say excuse me and you reached over her.
Okay, so I reached over to get a shampoo.
You were over her like this, reaching to get a shampoo.
Okay.
You should have said excuse me and I would have moved her.
Okay.
Right here. You don't have no
So because I didn't say excuse me, you're knocking people up.
Yeah, because you didn't say excuse me.
Okay, no problem. Let the cops decide what I'm capable of. So this is what I'm capable. Okay, so you're done or you're continuing?
I don't know.
You're done or you're continuing? Because tell me when to hit stop.
She's not terrified. She's perfectly fine.
She's not terrified. Do you see all these adults, the way they're looking at you?
Yeah.
You're gonna stop?
You're just ignorant.
I'm ignorant. Okay, fine. So I'm gonna call the cops on you now.
Go ahead.
No problem. No
Go
problem.
ahead.
I'm calling them right now.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, shout out to Plankton.
Okay. So it's not funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny, but it's funny. Okay? It's not funny, but it's funny. And I'm what's funny is honestly, I see myself in that young lady. I have been in her shoes before when I felt like I was being disrespected. And this is what I'm going to say about that situation, and use it as an example of, what I'm talking about. What that lady did is, let's just say it was true. Okay. Let's say I had a little girl, or I was with my nephews. I was with a child, and I was in the aisle, and a lady came and, reached over me or grabbed something over me. What I would do, what a sane person would do, is probably think, oh, I'm in the way. Let me back up. Okay. That's what I would do. Okay. Because I would assume, oh, my child is in the way. I have a little child here, or my stroller's in the way, or my whatever is in the way. Let me back up because I'm, we're shopping here, Should you always say, excuse me? 100%. That's what polite, kind people do. When you're reaching for something, when you skip someone in line and you don't realize it, when you hit someone accidentally, when you bump into someone accidentally, obviously the natural thing you do is you're like, oh, excuse me. Okay. But here's the thing. For you to get that mad about someone reaching over you to grab a bottle of shampoo, if that's really what happened, because that's what the lady said she did, and the other lady didn't dispute it, okay? The other lady didn't say, no, you didn't just reach over me, you hit my child, you pushed my child. None of that happened. from what the lady described, what she literally did was reach over her and didn't say, excuse me, which is, she shouldn't have did that, okay? She shouldn't have did that. Everybody should say, excuse me, okay? But let's stick to the core issue here. For you to get that mad that someone reached over you for a bottle of shampoo shows me that you ain't mad at that lady, okay? You're not mad at that lady. You are using this situation to lash out at someone because you're angry inside, okay? You're angry about your life. You're angry about your job, your career, your man, something in your family. You angry about something else. You cannot be that angry because somebody skipped you in line or grabbed over you to grab a bottle of shampoo, because that would mean you're mentally disturbed, ladies, okay? If you get that angry, if someone accidentally pushes you, or, you know, what if you get into a car accident? Somebody accidentally hits you in the back, or, you know, somebody trips over you and spills their drink all over you at a party. You're gonna get that angry? No, lady, you're not angry about that, okay? You're angry about something else, and we all have been there, right? Think about a time in your life when you were unhappy with your life. Because I've had many times in my life when I wasn't happy with the way my career was going, or I wasn't happy with, you know, I wasn't getting the attention that I wanted, you know, in my career, or I wasn't getting the attention that I wanted, maybe even in my marriage. There were times when I would take my attitude out on my husband. You know, I'd be mad about something else, but I would take my attitude out on my husband because he's the one that's there. Or I would take it out on my sister or my mom. Or if something happened, then I'll flip out and take it out on the people that love me. And you know what? My husband put me right in my place. And he let me know, listen, if we're going to be married, if we're going to be loving each other, if I'm going to be here for you, if I'm going to be doing all this for you, you cannot talk to me like that, okay? You cannot talk to me like that. And so this leads me back to my point. That lady was not mad because that lady reached over her, okay? Yeah, it annoyed her. But what that lady did, when that lady reached over her to grab that shampoo, what happened to her is she was triggered, okay? She was triggered. That's what happened to her. She was triggered. She's mad about something else. I also want to make a point before I go into the ways we can change our life and how we should think about our attitude if we're struggling with attitude and communicating and controlling our anger and our attitudes. I want to put that she has a child, okay? I cannot imagine a mother acting like that in front of her child. I have never seen my mother act like that in front of me. And I am almost 40 years old. Not 40 yet, but almost. I have never, let me repeat, I have never seen my mother act like that in my life. Now, everybody has problems and people have emotional issues, but the fact that that lady was telling her, look at your child, you're scaring your child. And she was like, I'm not scaring her. If this woman will act like this in public, I wonder what she will say to her sweet little girl. I wonder if she cusses her sweet little girl out at home. I wonder if she slaps her little girl. I wonder if she, you know, talks to her in that manner when she is upset. Because what parents do in public is what they also do in private. And I'm an educator, along with a long career. What they do in public is also what they do in private, because the kids tell everything. Okay. So what I find most disturbing is that she had her child with her and that she's modeling behavior. She's modeling this masculine, rough, ghetto, aggressive, combative behavior. Now you may say, "Well, Kim, how should she have handled the issue?" I'll tell you how she should have handled the issue. When the lady reached over her child, she should have first moved out the way, because I don't know what you're trying to do when you reach over me. You might be trying to hit me. You might be trying to whatever. And if I'm in America, I might need to grab my concealed weapon. I don't know what you're trying to do. So when anybody reaches over me or anything, I'm like stunned. I'm like moving back because I don't know what you people crazy. I don't know what you're trying to do, you know? But when that lady reached over her, first she should have moved back and her child. And then she should have looked at the lady. She should have smiled. And she should have said, "Ma'am, excuse me." That's what my mom does. And my mom taught me this. You say what the person should have said, basically. But don't do it aggressively. Don't do it rough. Just say what the person should have said. When that lady reached over her, when she backed up and realized she was safe, she should look at the lady and said, "Excuse me." And then most likely, two things would have happened. Either the lady would have said, "Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me," and she would have corrected herself, or she would have said whatever, or maybe she would have been flippant. I don't know. I highly doubt she would be flippant. I highly doubt it. And then so when you realize that somebody wants to argue with you, that's when you walk away. That's when you walk away. When you realize that somebody wants to fight or physically fight, like we in the street, like we're raised in the gutter in a barn somewhere. When you realize that somebody wants to physically fight you, that's when you have to turn and exit. Exit left. Exit left. Okay? So I'm not saying that the lady shouldn't have said anything. I probably wouldn't have, because I don't care. It don't affect my lifestyle, my bank account, my trips, my shopping, my relationship with God, my man. It don't affect anything if somebody reaches over me. It's not going to change anything about my life. So it's not serious enough. It's not like somebody's molesting your child or hitting your child, or smacked your little girl. It's not like it was that serious of a situation. It wasn't. So, in a situation like that, you just got to let it go, because people are crazy, people are rude, and people are disrespectful. But how angry she got did not match the situation, okay? How angry she got did not match the situation, ladies. It didn't match, okay? It didn't match. And so that's why there's a deeper issue to be discussed here. We have to deal with our depression, our trauma, our life hurts, the things that are bothering us. We have to deal with that. And we can't just lash out at people because we are upset inside, okay? You guys, I'm embarrassed for this lady. I'm embarrassed for her because she has scarred her child. Her child will never forget that. Her child is never going to forget that behavior. And so we have to break this cycle, and we have to speak out when we see these types of things, so that we can help the younger girls in their 20s and in their teens, so that they can grow up to be productive women, especially us seasoned women 30 and up. We really need to be role models and examples for younger women so that they have a chance in life, okay? So that they have a chance. And so I'm not judging this lady. I don't know what she's going through. I don't know what problem she's having, but let me tell you, that behavior was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. And I've been there, so I understand. Second thing I want to say is we have to start educating ourselves about positivity and positive attitudes and how to deal with our anger. And I have some articles linked in the description box below for my Patreons. You can go look at those articles. I want to talk to you about how positive thinking and positive behavior makes your life better, all right? Just with a smile. So from one of the articles, I'm quoting from one of the articles that will be linked in the description box below. It says, smiling activates the release of neuropeptides that work toward fighting off stress. Neuropeptides are tiny molecules that allow neurons to communicate. They facilitate messaging to the whole body when we are happy, sad, angry, depressed, or excited. The feel-good neurotransmitters, dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin are all released when a smile flashes across your face. This not only relaxes your body, but it can also lower your heart rate and blood pressure. And that's why I said she should smile. Sometimes before you act, before you say anything, and this was my biggest flaw in life. This is my Achilles heel, okay? Because if y'all really know me, yes, I'm ladylike, yes, I'm classy, yes, I was raised that way, but I am not to be played with, okay? I am very blunt, I'm very opinionated, I'm very serious, and I will put you in your place. But there is a way to do everything without lowering yourself or coming out of character, okay? There's a way we have to handle people if we choose to engage. And one thing I'm learning more and more every day is just not to engage, especially with highly masculine women. We all have masculine and feminine in us. We need the masculine to do our jobs, to keep our children safe, to be productive in society. We have to have that little bit of masculine in us, but mostly we should be operating in our feminine. Because when we step outside of our peaceful, calm sweetness, we're bringing chaos into our life. And like I said, that lady, she's triggered. She's triggered about something else. It wasn't about that lady. That was something altogether off. But a lot of ladies, they say, I don't want to smile. I hear a lot of ladies say weird things like, why do I got to smile? Why wouldn't you want to smile? That's so weird. That's so weird. I know people grow up I can see if you grow up in a hard neighborhood, you live in a high crime area. Okay, I get it. You want to keep creeps away from you. I get it. But we need to work to get ourselves out of these environments that are highly masculine, that are dangerous, and that don't really offer us the ability to live great lives and be great people. And so 8 negative attitudes that unhappy people have. Self-defeating talk. All this information will be linked below in my description box. Self-defeating talk. Negative assumptions. I want to say that this was a situation with a Black woman and a white woman, I believe. I didn't see what the other woman looked like, but from what I saw on the internet, it appeared that the woman who reached over her was a white woman, okay? A lot of Black women have this assumption that white people don't respect us. I'm assuming because of all the slave talk all the time, all of the racism talk all the time. We know that some people don't respect some people. We know that there is discrimination. We know that there are bias, but maybe sometimes people don't like you because they just don't like you. No one ever really considers that. I will hear Black women all the time say it's racism, it's discrimination, it's this, and it very well may be those things sometimes, but sometimes it might be you're just unlikable. You're just not a likable person. And so when we hold all these assumptions about what people think about us based on history, based on what other people tell us, based on negative experiences that we've had with other people, when we hold that in our hearts and we harbor that in our hearts, that affects our behavior with other people. And so this is specifically for Black women. If you hold this kind of assumption that all people that are not Black are against you, or they're racist, or they're not going to accept you for who you are, well, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing yourself a great disservice. Because there's a big world out here, you guys. There's a big world out here, okay? The third thing that holds you back are negative comparison with others. If you compare yourself to other people, you're probably going to be a mad, angry person as well. And we all do it, right? We all compare, but if you do it compulsively and you really take it literally, you're probably going to feel bad and treat others badly. Negative rumination about the past. That means when you make mistakes, when you have done things that you shouldn't have done, when you've had bad experiences, you don't know how to let it go. You don't know how to go to God and say, God, I made the wrong decision. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have went here. I shouldn't have dated that man. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have took that job. I shouldn't have whatever. You got to forgive yourself for making mistakes, ladies. You got to forgive yourself. When you know you've made a poor decision, you got to forgive yourself and you got to move on. But when you stay in the past, it's over for me. I can't change my life. I can't, you're going to be angry and it's going to show. Okay. The fifth thing that keeps you unhappy is disempowering beliefs about difficult people. So, there are difficult people in the world. This is not some utopia, okay? There are bad people in the world. And so you have to understand that there's a way to deal with everyone. It may not be easy, but there's a way to deal with all people. These links to the articles that I'm referring to will be in the description box, okay? The last thing I'm going to point out before I get out of here is how being positive, having a better attitude, being optimistic about your life, being positive about your life helps you live longer, okay? A new study published finds men and women with the highest levels of optimism had an 11% to 15% longer span on average than those who practice little positive thinking. So there's even studies out now that show that your positive thinking, your good attitude, your optimism about life, controlling your temperament, learning how to deal with issues, learning how to deal with problems will help you live longer. And for those of you who are spiritual, I have a spiritual guide for you. If you're not spiritual, let it go in one ear and right out the other. For those of you who are spiritual, Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 through 15. Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God without fault, in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine among them like stars in the sky. That's for my spiritual ladies. So where have I dropped the ball in my life at various times? When my supervisor was trying to provoke me. When someone in my family was trying to provoke me. I was right, but I ended up being wrong because of how I chose to handle the situation. So I'm going to see what you guys are saying, and then I'm going to get out of here. And this will be a Patreon exclusive video. It won't be on my channel. I'm not saying all other cultures are racist, but many women from other cultures that I encounter demonstrated negative behaviors towards Black women. And you know what I say to that, Susan? I don't dispute that at all, because I can't take away your life experience. But what I will say is, so what? So what? If God be for us, who can be against us? If you hold your head up with dignity, correct what you can correct, report what you can report, find ways to maneuver around people's tricks and deception and their web of destruction, find ways to weave yourself in and out of traffic so you can get to the top of your career. We can't worry about those people who mean us no good. We can't worry about those people who have preconceived notions about us as women of color or Black women. If you waste your time thinking about how people don't like you or how they're trying to hold you back or how they're trying to hold you down, then you can't think about how you're going to overcome all of that. And so my thing to anybody who wants to leave me these comments, and I'm not saying it in a mean way or a negative way. It's not even towards you, Susan. I get this message all the time. For those women who say to me, well, I wear my natural hair out. They always make little smart comments about my natural hair. You know, I'm a little plump, I'm plus size. You know, I'm having trouble because people are making comments and whatever. I'm Black, I'm the only Black in my office. I'm the only Black leader in my office. I'm having trouble in meetings. You know, they're kind of being condescending towards me. They're not being outright racist, but it's an undertone. I say, so what? You can't change it. Change jobs. Get another degree. Move to another city. Move to another country. There's no excuses. I'm not taking any excuses on why we can't be whatever we want to be. I'm not taking any excuses on why we cannot be ladylike, feminine, loved, taken care of, appreciated, display self-love, and walk in our true essence. I'm not taking any excuses. And for some of you, you're not going to be able to believe that. You know, you might need counseling. You might need to get in touch with your spirituality more because you're not strong enough to believe that nobody can hold you back, that your skin color cannot hold you back. Yeah, it held back our great-great-grandmothers and people who were going through brutal racism. But now, in this day and age, none of this is going to hold me back. Not my skin color, not my natural hair, not my wide hips, not my beautiful face. Nothing is going to hold me back. Because I say so. Because I say so. So, I do not diminish discrimination. I do not diminish racial tensions, especially the higher your position is in corporate America and things like that. It can get sticky there for women of color. It can. But what I'm telling you is if you choose to focus on the fact that people are being condescending towards you as a woman of color or a fat woman or just a woman that's not maybe stereotypically beautiful, if you focus on these things instead of improving yourself, improving your communication skills, your style, your look, your spirituality, your emotional stability, if you focus on all the negative, you can't improve. You can't truly level up. People don't understand what the phrase level up means. Level up means not putting on a wig and a Sephora lipstick. Okay, that's only part of it. If you like wigs, you know, that's only part of it. Leveling up is leveling up your mentality, your mindset. So nobody's gonna make me hold my head down. I'm gonna give y'all an example, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Recently, I did a video on hypergamy, and I listed a bunch of YouTubers that were talking about the topic of hypergamy. Okay. I mentioned one YouTuber and I said that I don't really watch their channel because they seem kind of, well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch their channel because they seem kind of angry to me. They exude a lot of anger and a lot of stereotypical ideas that people have about Black women. If I didn't say that, but I'll say it now, since how they acted, I see their true colors coming out of how they really are. I don't watch them because they fit the stereotype of an angry Black woman. And I don't associate with people who fit the stereotype of an angry Black woman, because we already have to carry that with us in life. And we have to prove to people that we're not that way, a lot of times before we even speak. So that's why I don't watch her. One, because she fits that stereotype. Two, I'm just not interested in those issues. They don't help me as a woman. I said she was beautiful. I said she had a right to talk about what she wanted to talk about. I didn't say anything disparaging about her. I just said that I don't watch that because it's kind of social justice warrior like. She said that's an offensive term. I didn't realize that social justice warrior was an offensive phrase, but it did make me think, okay, well, I guess I won't refer to someone like that again, because I didn't know that that's offensive. I didn't realize that social justice warrior was offensive, but if it's offensive, okay, fine. But I didn't disparage this person. So this person got angry, and what she did was she went on Twitter. I didn't know she went on Twitter and did this because she blocked me. So, hi Sabrina, she blocked me. So she went on Twitter, and she's so upset about what I said. I didn't go on my Twitter and talk about her because I don't care about her. I mean, I care about her as a child of God, but in the sense of like me trying to be friends or whatever. No, she's just another YouTuber. I respect what she does. I respect her. She was thinking about me and what I said because it bothered her. And so she went on her Twitter. She blocked me, but she went on her Twitter, posted my picture. Even though she was mad at me mentioning, her in the title, she posted my picture. And then she said something like, oh, I just wish people would leave my name out of the title. But you're a YouTube commentator. You're on a public forum. This is what we do on YouTube. We talk about other people's content, not in a negative way, but we might talk about how we don't agree with it, or what we like about it, or what we don't. This is the platform for this. This is what we do on YouTube. I don't think she understands what YouTube is. Anybody can talk about me however they want, as long as it's not like I can sue you for it, as long as it's not slander, okay? Anybody can go on their YouTube and talk about me. Anybody can go on their Twitter and talk about me, and they do, and I don't care. So anyway, to get back to the story, so she went on her Twitter and she posted my picture, and she was like, oh, she mentioned my name. That's such a crime. I mentioned your name. And so then she allowed other women to disparage me in the comments, okay? This is a woman who says she supports Black women. She's also my sorority sister, which makes it even more disgusting. Okay, because whether I agree with her or not, I would never bring up Delta. Okay, I would never say you shouldn't be a Delta. I'm gonna do a video about sorority and pledging and how that can help you with networking and things like that. I would never bring my sorority into this topic, because regardless of whether I agree with her or not, or I like her content, at the end of the day, she's my sorority sister. Okay. And she's also, I'm not going to say who I'm talking about, but those people who know, okay. She's my sorority sister, and I would never try to disparage her online, but she let a whole list of women go on Twitter and, say all kinds of things about me, that I was this, I'm crazy, they didn't like some of my commentary. I don't care. This is my page. I can say what I want. That's what I have a voice for and a platform for. And she let a whole bunch of women talk a whole lot of crap about another woman. And so my thing is, if you support Black women, you support all Black women, even the ones who disagree with you. And it didn't bother me, because as you can see, I live well. And I'm older. I'm a seasoned woman. You know, I'm not still out here trying to reach the top. You know, I'm on the other side of my life now. And so I think that just goes to show you how angry women are. And that if you don't agree with them, if they think what you're trying to attack them, they get very masculine, they get very rough, they get very aggressive. And that's not how we should do. That's not so. If you notice, I responded and let her know that I see you're talking about me. I see I bothered you. It's all good, but I still never went on my Twitter or made a video about her or tried to disparage her or tried to continue talking about her. And I think somebody mentioned her in the comments, and I'm going to even delete that comment because it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. You know, that's not the point. The point is that's not how we conduct ourselves as ladies. If you say you're about Black women, that's what you say. That means that you're not going to disparage other Black women. If that's your platform, that's not my platform. That's what she said her platform is about. My platform is for all women, not just Black women. Her platform is for Black women. So if you say you love Black women so much, you don't disparage them, especially your sorority sister. You don't let a bunch of women talk about another woman on your thread. You would delete that. You would say, listen, I don't agree with what she said, but listen, she's my sister. I'm going to move on. But you can't do that because you're angry and you're mad. And so I showed you all of this today, the video of the women at Target. I told you all about my failures in life with my attitude that I still have to work on. Catch me on the wrong day. Catch me on the wrong day. No, I didn't speak about her condescendingly. I said I don't watch social justice warriors. Period. And Toyo, why are you here? If you think that, why would you watch me? What's wrong with you? Is something wrong with you? Because I wouldn't watch anybody who I don't respect. I told the truth. I don't watch her channel. I didn't speak about her content. If some people like social justice warrior content, I don't. But I didn't say she was ugly. I didn't say don't watch her channel. I didn't try to diminish her brand. I said what I like to watch on YouTube and what I don't like to watch on YouTube. That is not being condescending and that is not being mean. That's having an opinion, which we are allowed to have. Okay, but I didn't speak about her looks. I didn't speak about her being a Delta as she did with me. I didn't call her stupid as she called me. I didn't do all that stuff. I didn't add all this extra stuff, all this extra emotional, masculine stuff. I didn't add all that. I stuck to the point. Okay, I didn't add all the stuff that she added and she tried to do. Talk about telling me to cook for my man. Like she just went all extra. And stop saying her name because we are not putting her name in it. Some people don't know. So stop typing her name. We're not trying to put her on blast so people can go to her channel. You know, I'm not trying, that's not the point of this conversation. The point is to talk about our behavior as ladies and how we need to conduct ourselves. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But like I said, I didn't disparage her. I didn't bring up all that other stuff that she brought up. I could have. I know how to argue and I know how to cuss, but I don't do that. Y'all won't find one video of me cussing online because it's degenerate and it's low class. If I say I'm gonna be a role model, okay? But I know how to cuss. Don't get it twisted. I know how to cuss and I know how to argue too. And I know how to go low. But I didn't do that to her. I didn't do that. I didn't bring up Delta. I didn't call her stupid. I didn't talk about her looks. I didn't refer to her man. I didn't do all of that because that's childish and petty. I said what I said and I stuck to it. And I still stick by it. I said what I said. But I didn't go low. I didn't go low with her. Okay? So we will have these situations in life with other women. Okay? It's natural. We're not all going to get along, ladies. We're not going to all get along all of the time. Let's be real. There's some people you're going to like. There's some people you're not going to like. But my point is we have to stay in character, in our God-given character. We can't go low. We cannot go so low where we are stooping to the level of other people. We can't want to fight because somebody reached over us and grabbed the shampoo. Okay? We can't start yelling and saying, I'm going to knock you out with your daughter standing next to you, watching everything you're doing. You can't do that, ladies. Now, if you don't want to get ahead in life, if you don't care about your reputation, if you don't care about your options to do things and maneuver in society, do it. I'm not here to stop you. I'm just here to share life experience and what life has taught me, sometimes the hard way. All the articles that I referred to will be in the description box. This live will not be up much longer. It will only be for Patreon. I thank you guys for joining me today. Improve your attitude. Improve your attitude. Let's work on our attitudes. Smile. Be nice. Handle situations without cussing people out or wanting to fight them. Stay on topic when you're arguing. If you're arguing about politics, why are you bringing up someone's looks? If you're arguing about someone's content, why are you talking about their man? If you don't like what someone said, why are you bringing up Delta Sigma Theta? If you just don't like the person, period, why are you calling them stupid? Because how is that on topic to the argument? Let's be ladies. Let's be feminine. Let's be happy. Don't be a doormat. You can have an opinion. You can speak up for yourself, but there is a time, a place, and a way to do everything. All right. I will talk to you ladies, Patreons, because this is good. This video is going to be in Patreon. I love you. God bless you. Pray for me because I got an attitude sometimes. I'm no different. I am no different than any other woman. Sometimes I have an attitude, but I got to check myself. I got to say, Kim, you are royalty. God created you to be royalty. He don't want you to be down with the pigs in the pig pen. So I'm right with you. I check myself daily. That is my Achilles heel. Talk to you later, ladies. Bye. Oh, my cute top. Wait a minute. Let me tell y'all, my cute top that I'm wearing is from Shein. Make sure y'all check out my latest haul. I just did a haul on Shein, and it's a cute haul. I heard that was another thing they said on her Twitter. She needs to get back to her Shein hauls. So I will, because I get paid for them. I like getting my check from Shein when I do my hauls. So I love that they want me to get coins, because I'm here all about my coins, you know. So that was one of the things that people were saying about me too. Oh, she just need to stick to her Shein hauls. She just need to stick to her Shein haul. She don't need to talk about femininity or maturing or marriage or love, or, you know, she don't need to talk about anything else. She just needs to stick to her Shein hauls. Okay, whatever you say, ladies. My lipstick. My lipstick is, let me tell y'all what my lipstick is. Yeah, I think this is the one. Okay. My lipstick is Photo. Max Photo. I really like this. You know what, Deb? That's what my mom says too. When they attack me online and they get mad when I talk about morals and marriage and keeping your legs closed and making a man actually court you, and they get angry at me and they leave me all these comments. My mom actually says, like, she'd be like, they jealous of you, Kim. They jealous. They jealous because you have a good husband. They jealous because they see you travel in the world. They jealous because you got a cute shape. They jealous because you pretty. They jealous because you don't have a victim mentality. They jealous because you have a good family. They jealous because you're blessed. They're jealous. But here's the gag. They don't got to be jealous of me because I'm trying to teach them how to have the same thing. Here's the gag. They don't got to be jealous of me because I'm sharing my knowledge on my platforms and in my private communities. Here's the thing. They don't have to be jealous of me because I'm just like them. I'm just like them. I'm no better than what they are. We are equal. I don't think anybody's better than me. I don't care if somebody has more money than me. I don't care if I think somebody's prettier than me. I don't care if they have a higher position than me. I don't care if they have more subscribers. I don't care if they have more Instagram followers. I don't care if they come from the most elite family in the world. Nobody is better than me. I feel inferior to no one. I am beneath no one. So it's no reason for them to be mad at me because I'm here on my platform sharing mistakes, how I've matured, how I've grown. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just like everybody else. But that's what my mom says too. So that's why it kind of like, when you said that, it's like I hear my mom in my ear saying, just ignore them, just stay ladylike, just keep praying, just do your thing. I think they just jealous. They just jealous. They just trying to bring you out of your character. And I'm like, but this is my character. I know how to get low. I know how to go blow for blow. Okay. And that's why I'm the person to talk about this, because that's how I am. I'm slick with my tongue. I know how to argue. I know how to go blow for blow, but that got me nowhere. Okay. That didn't get me anywhere. So that's why I'm sharing how to really elevate your life. A bad attitude never did anything for my life. It didn't help me make more money. It didn't help me with my man. It didn't help me with my bank account. It didn't help me grow my social network to the social network I have and the connections I have now to be able to run my business and my consulting, where I don't have to rely on YouTube and I don't have to rely on blogging. I have businesses. I have a real business. I have a real consulting business, and I'm about to launch my image consulting firm. So, I mean, a bad attitude didn't help me get all of that. That's all, you guys. I will see you later. And yes, I see your request. Yes, I see your request. I can do a video on self-love. I sure can. Femininity is where it's at. We're called to do this. Yes. Fighting against my femininity got me nowhere in life. Going with my femininity gets me almost everything that I basically want out of my husband. There's nothing that I could ask my husband for that he would be unwilling to give me, as long as it's in our budget and in our goals for the plans we have for the future. There is nothing that I could ask for and my husband will tell me no. My husband's hands are always open to me. His hands, his time, his love, his communication, his loyalty, his trust, they are always open to me because I embrace my femininity. And I get more out of him now now that we've been married 14 years than I did when I met him when I was 21 years old. I get more out of him now than I did when I was 21 because I embrace my role as a woman. And that makes me powerful. When might I go live again? Not sure, but I will release the schedule up on YouTube. So make sure you have your notifications on so that you'll know when I go live. Okay? I'm in Saudi. Oh, hey from Saudi. All right, you guys, I got to get out of here for real this time. Bye.